Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, January 30th, and what I'm going to do today is I made this boom. David and I made this boom in 2015 to attach to our old 35-horse Jinma tractor, which you've seen before. And I had it go into the bucket, and it went in with a trailer receiver, so I could, put it in and out. That tractor does not have a quick attach, but since that one I don't use very often, I wanted to put a skid steer attachment on it, so I'm modifying it today. I bought a 3/8 quick attach plate, so I want to adapt it to fit. So I'll show you how I'm going to do it. These are the parts that I'm going to do. And it's funny, David had some old things from Harbor Freight. That's actually parts to an old cherry picker. At Harbor Freight, if somebody returns something or it's missing parts, they throw it away. And he would not let it go to waste. He was given permission to do that, to take it. But so I'm modifying parts of a cherry picker to work. So I already started this the other day, did a little grinding on it, cut off one of the attachment points, which went like that on there, cut that off. So I ground it down, forgot to video that I was going to do it on video. So I'm going to I'll show you what I'm going to do. And I purchased another thing from Harbor Freight, a 2-inch square receiver tube. So I'll show you how I'm going to do it. All right. So what I did was I bought this tube from Harbor Freight, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, because I need to, I want to make it stronger as well. I don't really need to use that. I'm not going to use it as, it's not going to be removable. So I'm not going to be using it with a pin. But what I did is I showed you this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here like that, and part of the reason for that is the main truss of the boom is larger than the plate. So in order to have a place for it to weld on here, I'm going to weld this part down at the bottom, and I'm going to weld that part up the middle, and that'll hold it. But I just figured this would give a little bit more of a welding surface, and this is a little bit thicker. So that's why I'm going to clean that up now. I've got to cut this back to that line. I've cut it once, but that's when I decided that I would add that tube on there. So I'm going to cut it again, and then it'll be ready for welding. So I just got to get this. As everybody knows, the worst part of fabricating is the prep work. So I've got to get this prepped. So there's the basic premise. That's going to go like that, but like I said, I'm gonna put the tube on here. I don't like having that hole right there, for strength reasons. So that's why I'm going to use the receiver tube, cut that angle, and weld that in place. All right, here's the angle of the tube. I got that set. This is this piece that I need, and we're going to cut it on the bandsaw. Alright, so I didn't video any of the grinding, which is just tedious and loud and sparky. So that's what I did, and I put that on an angle. I had that piece number one already made up around the angle. But the reason I did that, that will give me extra lift, because I can curl that back even farther to get extra lift height over there. And when I made this, I used another piece that was from a lift crane that went in the back of a pickup truck. That piece that's on top, this piece here. But again, I didn't use it, so I ended up just using that portion of it. It's got a hook on it that actually slides out, so you can get even more height. But obviously, like any crane, the farther out it goes, the less it will pick up. So there was no need. I mean, that's plenty high enough. But this will still give me, without putting that out, this will give me extra height because of that angle. That way. So that's why I did that. What else? So this is going to get welded here. This will get welded. Actually, I'm going to weld it here first, then weld that to that. That will get welded. Then I'm going to stand the whole thing up like that, sit it on that plate, and that there will get welded right there. So again, this thing will be super strong, and I will paint it, and it'll look like it was always that way from the beginning. So I'll get a little bit of welding it together, and then we'll show it when it's done. Alright, I didn't get too much of the actual welding just because you can't really see anything anyway when you're trying to capture it on film. So there's the back. This side had to grind it down to make the angle so it sits flat on that plate. So that's all set. Here, I put a cap on top. I don't like open tubes. So now I've got to stand it up. and lay it on there. But now I'm gonna have to clean that plate off a little bit, and then I'll try to remember to put the camera on for that. All right, I'm no welder, but that's a beautiful weld. Now I got to get it all cleaned up, prime it, paint it, and let's get to working with it. All right, here we are, all freshly painted, wet. There's the business end, that's where it connects. Could have used probably one more can. It took 2 cans total. I had one and I bought another one, but I think it looks pretty good. It's Rust-Oleum red. Love that color. So that's it. Gonna let it dry. I'm gonna go cut the top of the post now. That's what I'm gonna do, and we'll get it in action tomorrow, installing the trusses. All right, let's see how it fits. Well, there it is. I didn't put it up all the way yet, but I'll get a height to see how far up I can reach. All right, well, that's pretty good. It's higher than the roof, which is, what is that, 20 feet? And I could extend that, as I said, I could extend that tip out if need be, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right, here's the end of the video. You may have noticed that actually in the last video, you may have seen behind me when I was talking that the boom was attached to the skid steer. So this is a little bit out of order. I was originally planning to put this video in with raising the trusses, and so today is Sunday, the 5th, and yesterday the Chinese balloon was blown up almost right over us. So I got some video of that. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera running right when they shot it. I should have, because they were circling, but we've got a little bit of video and I've got some pictures. So it kind of interrupted what we were doing. So I didn't want to add this into the other video, and maybe somebody would be interested in how to make a boom. So this video is standalone, and probably tomorrow or the next day I'll get the video up of setting the trusses with it, so you'll see it in action, because I'll be leaving on Thursday to head down to Florida to the auctions. So but it worked well, and you'll get to see it in the next video. And as usual, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.